The tower can be a bit confusing for the new players, but in this video we will actually get the right path for all of you to be most efficient on your progression as a free-to-play player and actually enjoy the tower as an idle game and have fun with it. When you just start out, you will start at tier 1 and you will fight enemies. The combat is pretty straightforward, we'll cover that a bit later. I have other videos for that as well in the playlist, it should be linked somewhere around here. And yeah, we'll talk about strategy this time. So as you conquer the waves, you will beat milestones, and those milestones, they reward you with additional unlocks. Early on they are not that major, but some of those are really important. For example, lab is extremely important, tournament is extremely important, tier 2 is extremely important. So your goal early on will be pushing to the highest wave possible if you can for the push runs, but between those you will need to do the farming runs to farm coins. We'll talk about coins a bit later, but yeah, just keep in mind that pushing your highest wave is important, because when you go to the next tier, your mission rewards, those things, will have higher amount of coins per mission, and they can be really great later on. So right now, it's probably my main source of coins, to be honest. So basically what you want to do, you want to play the new tier when you can, maybe once a day, try to beat the highest wave. And if you are close to wave 100, because this is where you unlock the next tier, try to beat it. That's really important, because it will allow you to unlock the higher tier and get more daily rewards that will contribute a lot towards your overall growth. There are a variety of game modes here and ways where you can grow, so let's go over them one by one. The coins is a main progression currency in the game. You can get it by killing enemies, by finishing the daily quest, by doing a lot of stuff, to be honest. And you can spend it in two major places. So the first way to spend the coins is your workshop. Workshop will give you upgrades that you don't have to purchase in the run using the cash. So that means that you will start stronger and you will be able to push a bit further, because getting upgrades here will be easier for you to grow in the run. And the price for reaching the same amount of damage, for example, or health, which we need way more, will be lower, because each step of the purchase in-game is the same, but the values will be higher. It's essential to get the right upgrades early on. I will give you a hint. I have the videos for most OP beginners guide, which is the turtle build, which is really fantastic, that will help you to get through the first couple of tiers, and then the blender build, which is really good for mid-game or like early game where I'm right now. And we have specific guides on that, but basically when you just start out, you want to get absolute defense up a bit, defense percentage, and thorn damage. Those three things will give you survivability and ability to push to the higher waves. Another thing you would like to get is utility upgrades. Here you would like to get the cash bonus, coins bonus, and per wave bonuses as well. But be reasonable when spending coins, don't spend them all in one place. Things can get pretty expensive. Probably you can find the best workshop upgrades by yourself, but rule of thumb is defense is your top priority. That will keep you alive for longer. Afterwards goes utility upgrade, that will allow you to get more resources and grow faster. And then goes attack upgrades, that will allow you to take out enemies, well, keep yourself alive, because in the early game you won't be able to do enough damage, to be honest, and you will have to take out enemies using the thorns and basically use lifesteal to keep healed, and damage will be your source of healing. So yeah, it's not that like the damage is that important. We also have the ultimate upgrades here. Those are pretty cool, and you need to get the new ultimate weapons when you can. They are random, so when you press this button, you will get choice of 3 ultimate weapons. I think Golden Tower is considered to be the best one for the early game, because, well, obviously, it will boost your gold income quite a lot, so that's nice. Then, as far as I know, there is a Black Hole, which is nice. Spotlight and Chronofield are considered to be good. Not sure about other ultimate weapons, but honestly, you won't have to worry about that for a while, because it's pretty slow to get those tokens, to get those new weapons. And yes, it's up to you to decide, but honestly, some people, when they don't get the Golden Tower or Black Hole in their first 2 picks, they start their account. I am not a big fan of that, but if you want to do that, it's up to you. I got lucky, so I'll keep playing with this account forever, so yeah. Now let's move on to the second way of spending coins. It's lab. Laboratory is a long-term upgrade mechanics, and it's really important. You start with one lab when you unlock it, and you can unlock more and more labs using the diamonds, the premium currency. And honestly, after you bought yourself some basic cards and basic card slots, that will be your best investment. Some people say that don't go for this, go for lab straight away, but honestly, once you unlock lab 2, for example, you can invest some points here to feel comfortable while playing the game, other than just spending all your resources on the lab. So yeah, more labs means more research at the same time, and here you get bunch of stuff that you would like to do. Probably we will make a separate guide on the lab because it's very vast topic. But for beginners, game speed is essential because it will increase, well, your in-game speed, so you will farm faster. Some basic starting cash is good. I mean, don't go overboard with other stuff, which is not top priority. Because your top priority early on will be lab speed as well to get faster upgrades. You can see that I upgraded more stuff a bit, but focus will be on attack speed. That's important because the faster you attack, the more events will be triggered on the enemies, and like it's important, let's put it like that. Try to ignore the range, because with some builds you want your range to be not so far away, so you won't be able to push the enemies too far away, so they will be hit by the orbs. That will be for the Shredder build, I think. That will be for the Blender build. So yeah, some stuff here can be pretty expensive, you can ignore it for now, but investing a lot into the defense absolute is absolutely useless early on. I invested a bit. It helped me a lot to plow through more levels, but afterwards switch to health. That will help you to scale your effective HP higher. Orb speed is pretty good as well. Defense percentage is really nice, but keep in mind that you don't want to overspend on those things. Your main priority is getting more cash and more coins per kill, because getting more coins per kill is basically your easiest way to farm coins during the run, so that will be pretty much essential. Cash bonus will allow you to, well, get more cash. Cash per wave and cash bonus will allow you to get stronger faster and conquer harder tiers as well. Moreover, you got the interest here, which when unlocked early on isn't that strong, but you can increase max interest at some point, and that will allow you to get pretty decent amount of cash fast, and interest percentage here will help you as well. Combine that with the workshop upgrades and you can get pretty easy source of cash early into the game that will kind of boost your start. Afterwards, we have a lot of other upgrades here which are extremely expensive, so I'm not even sure if it's worth it at this point, and that's honestly beyond the beginner's guide. But yeah, some of those are really nice, but early on your focus should be resources, cash, coins here, health, defense percentage, maybe some orb speed here if you can afford that, attack speed, lab speed, and lab coin discount because, well, it saves you coins as well, and some of those workshop discounts because that will make your upgrades cheaper in the game and you'll be able to push further. And your top priority is game speed, which should be active at all times. It's slow, it takes a lot of time, that's why you need more labs to be able to do more research. That's why you will need more labs to do more research at the same time, simultaneously. So yeah, at some point you would like to save diamonds to unlock even more labs because you never have enough, and the further you go, the more expensive they will become, and the harder it will be for you to save those up as a free-to-play player, obviously. You also see this yellow triangle. This is being used to speed up your research, and I actually never tried it. It's pretty expensive, but it's convenient for boosting up your research from time to time, so might be worth it. Honestly, I haven't used it that much yet, so can't say much, and it's not for the beginner's guide as well, because they are pretty hard to acquire, so I'll just leave them like that. Alright, now let's talk about the cards. Cards are like your equipment that you take with you on the run. There are two types of cards. The cards that can be changed mid-run, for example, enemy balance here, the cards that can be changed mid-run, and cards that cannot, that will be locked when you start the game. The ones with the lock, obviously, will not be able to be replaced, so be really mindful about getting them. For example, this intro sprint, it's not that nice later on, and it will take one of your card slots, so don't go for it. Yeah, you can get more card slots to fit more stuff, but it's getting more expensive, so you should balance it with other stuff in-game. I personally think that like 4 to 5 slots is a good start to get your coin farm going well, and you will be okay with that. So for the cards, obviously we'll make another video with the tier list. For now, I'll just quickly cover the cards that I use most of the time. I like attack speed, I like health right now, because for my build it's important. For very early game, you won't have that many options, you will use what you have. But the most important ones are coins, that will give you coins per kill, so it gives you like 20% at level 2. Enemy balance is nice as well, because it increases the enemy spawned in each wave, and cash earned per kill increased, and also they will drop coins, so that will give you overall more coins and more enemies. And if you are defensive, it doesn't matter how many enemies do you have, so it will just increase your gains. There are other cards. There is a card that will give you coins on critical hit. It's really good. I don't have it unlocked yet, and once again, I'm saving them for... and I'm saving diamonds for additional labs, so I'm not rolling the cards right now. And basically, that's it. Free upgrades is good as well. That will help you to grow faster and get more upgrades. It's useful, especially in the longer runs when things are getting extremely expensive. So yeah, pretty much I use those 4 at all times, and I replace the 5th slot with something random, which I want right now. So either wave skip, free upgrades, or maybe even slow hour so the enemies won't get too close, or attack speed for more bullets. All right, now you know all the main mechanics for the progression. Let's talk about events, tournaments, and other stuff. Events are happening every 2 weeks, I think. They change every 2 weeks, and during that time you will have to complete a list of the tasks. Some of those will be really hard to complete for beginner players. For example, hit a boss with an energy net 25 times, which we do not have. Same with the smart missiles, it's an ultimate weapon, which I don't have. So yeah, it's okay that you can't really do everything, but you should try to finish as many of those as possible. And if you'll be able to reach the milestones here, like this 351, you will get one of those relics for free. And then, if you will be able to max it out, you will get the second one. The relics change every time, so it's nice, and you can save up those between the events. They don't disappear, so you don't really have to spend them unless you want to. Missions here are pretty straightforward, again, nothing really crazy. Some require you to watch ads. Some of those require you to watch ads if you don't have no ad pack. Some of those require you to spend diamonds, so sometimes it's better to wait a little bit before going for those tasks. And unless all the missions appear, I think it happens in the end of the first week, don't really spend your diamonds, and make sure that you can hit at least one milestone. So if some of those expensive tasks are not required for you to get the milestone, don't go for that. Let's put it like that. On the second tab, you can spend your currency from the event. There are a lot of options. Sometimes I even buy diamonds and those ultimate weapon things, but usually you would like to spend them on the themes. Those things will allow you to get custom themes, like skins for your background and your tower. And what's nice, they will add you the coin bonus, and they are limited. So basically, after the event ends, they will disappear. Although they are pretty expensive. Actually, I want to buy this star. It looks so cool. Yeah, it can be pretty expensive, and sometimes you can get relics here as well. If you can't get them all, do that, and the rest of that stuff can be spent anywhere else. In the bottom, you have the bots. The bots, I haven't really tried them all, but as far as I know, Golden Bot is considered to be the best one. But I found it pretty useless at this point in the game, so probably it needs to have some more upgrade. So probably it needs more upgrades in order to be effective. So early on, it's like, you have it, it's fun, it's running around the battlefield, but it doesn't contribute that much. Then we have the tournament. tournament is weird. You will get 1 ticket per tournament for free. You can take part in that. There are different leagues. We have the copper, silver, and then something else which I never reached yet, so probably, guys, it won't be that easy. And the idea is you go into the battle and you would like to reach the highest stage. The higher you will rank, the more rewards you will get. Oh, there we go. Silver, gold, platinum, champion. And, well, the higher you are, the more rewards you will get. As you can see, it's pretty amazing, but they are ruthless. You will have really hard time here. When joining an event, you would like to have specific build. You really don't care at all about the coins and amount of enemies. All you want is to get stronger, be able to survive the enemies, and try to beat the highest wave possible. So even the normal enemies can take you out. Sometimes it's better to take like weapons, up to you guys, but get the most offensive build. Totally forget about the upgrades for the coins in that run. Focus on the cash, focus on your survivability, and do your best and be really cautious when you're playing that. Let's actually get some cash bonuses here and here and see how it will go. So when you start the tournament, you will compete against up to 30 other players, and whoever reaches the highest stage will get the higher ranking. So let's give it a go. The strategy here is a bit different from the normal run. You basically go for cash per wave, cash bonus, and then hope for the interest. So keep your eye on this damage of the enemy and on your defense absolute and your health. So make sure that they will not kill you. Other than that, slowly build up your income, get yourself aggressive stats, and try to survive as long as possible. Let's see how I will be able to do that. So yeah, scaling here will be a bit faster than in your normal tiers, and it's pretty easy to lose here. Although if you will pay close attention to what's happening, you should have no problems beating at least a couple of waves and getting some score here. Even if you're brand new, don't be afraid to take part in the tournament, because it will give you free stuff even if you finish last. So don't worry about that, just go for it. So basically your best bet will be waiting for the moment when the dollar turns green. That means that you have the maximum passive income, interest, and from there start spending your money wisely to do the upgrades for your economics, for your growth, for your defensive capabilities, depending on how you are. If you feel confident, you can aim for the higher wave. If you feel that you will struggle, go for defensive stats straight away. Don't wait too long, because the enemy growth speed is insane here. You might not be able to keep up with that and fall behind and be killed. Depending on your build, you might need different things, but it's all covered in other guides. You can check the playlist and see them for yourself. Just optimize your build for whatever you need, excluding the long-term growth or coins bonuses. Also, you can press on the tournament button and track your placement here in comparison with other players, so you will know how you are doing, how they are doing, and you will see the time till the end. So depending on your position when the tournament will end, you will either be promoted to the higher league, stay in the same league, or demoted to the lower league. That's not for the copper league, but for the silver. I think the bottom 10 players are being demoted or so, or 8. So yeah, that's for the tournament, and the video actually took quite a while, so I had a haircut in the process, and that's hilarious. So other than managing the tournament and missions, you will need to follow the challenges and try to push to the highest tier in order to get more rewards here, basically, because those things right now for me are really effective, because when I farm on the farming runs, I get about 20k per minute. That's like 1.2 million per hour if it's constant, which is 28 million per day. Of course, it's cool, but you have to manage it manually, which I don't like. So those missions and weekly challenges are a really good source of coins for lazy people like me. So okay, what else we haven't covered yet? We haven't covered the modules. They are a bit later in the game, they're not early game, but still they're pretty important. The easiest way to get them is buy them for diamonds, but then again, you need diamonds for other things. So this is not the top priority, because early on, they won't be that crazy useful. I got lucky and got one epic module, which is giving me like 10% extra health. And the bonuses that they give are not that crazy because you probably won't have all those skills. The idea here that epic ones have unique effects, and they have epic effects here, which can be rolled, I think, here. Reroll effects, and that will allow you to get the random stuff. The higher the level of the module, the more of those will be unlocked, so it's kind of another gamble mechanics here, and you can merge them, but you can merge only the blue tier and higher. The basic ones, they can be shattered into the components that can be used to upgrade them. And the thing is, upgrades can be pretty costly at some point, so you should consider getting the workshop and lab upgrades before investing a lot over here, because price can go up drastically. Honestly, early on it doesn't matter, just get what you like, get the random module out here, upgrade it as much as possible, and then you can shatter it if it's like gray, common rarity, and the higher tier ones can be merged later. So yeah, there is also an option to restore a level, which I think is kind of, yeah, going back to level 1, which is free, so you will get all the stuff back, so don't worry about upgrading the wrong thing here, you still can get the resources back. All right, now let's talk about the builds. We already covered the competition build. Ooh, we have another one, nice. The tournament build. Now I want to talk about the farming build a bit. I covered it in other videos already, but just for you here, I'll cover it again. What you need for that build is coin bonus, cash bonus. This is not needed. You will need, go away. There we go, enemy balance. That will increase the amount of enemies. There is also a card with the coins per crit, which I don't have, which is nice. And then you can get the free upgrade here or wave skip, depending on how many slots do you have. So this will be really good for farming run, and later in the level, when it will get harder, you can replace cash with like health, for example, or attack speed, and it will be good. So yeah, basically with all that knowledge, now you can own the game pretty much. Well, yeah, it's still grindy, you will have to grind a lot. You will have to watch a lot of ads, and I advise you guys to go for the difficulty where you can grind to like wave 500. For me personally, it feels the most efficient way of active farming when you are next to the PC and you can actually control your tower, do the upgrades. If you want something more idle, always go for lower tier where you can reach higher waves and let it go on auto. Use the macros. I have the video somewhere here how to play the game on the PC, how to set up the macros that will allow you to automate some things to make it easier for you. Before you will unlock them in the lab, in the upgrades, it takes time, but at some point you can pretty much automate without the macros as well. So yeah, right now my game consists of two parts. First one is farming coins, second one is farming for event. So basically, if you have some tasks here, to take out common enemies, for example, to take out bosses, do some weird stuff here. I'm focusing on the build that will benefit towards that. Some of the missions cannot be completed while you're early into the game, so yeah. And when I'm done with those missions, I just go for farming and push to the highest tier every other day, let's put it like that. And yeah, guys, don't forget that there is a link in the video description and the pinned comment for the guides on the website, the text ones, and if you have extra tips, share them down below in the comments. Let me know what do you think of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and thank you very much for watching. It's been Stan Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.